Hello everyone. I welcome you all to this lesson. Today I am going to discuss on the topic On the Grasshopper and Cricket, which is composed by John Keats. So here I begin. And before that, let me ask you, have you subscribed to my channel? If you have not subscribed up till now, then please do. And watch the video till end and press the like button if you have liked my video. So let us start the poem On the Grasshopper and Cricket, which is composed by John Keats. In this poem, I will explain line by line explanation, moral, theme, and poetic devices. So now let us start. First of all, let us understand the title of the poem On the Grasshopper and Cricket by John Keats is a fine piece of sonnet. Sonnet means a poem consisting of 14 lines written in December 1816. This poem introduces two little creatures, the grasshopper, which is a representation for summer season, and the cricket, which is a representation of winter season, which represents the vitality and joyous mood of nature, even in the scorching heat and summer and in bleak and bitter cold of winter. Hence, the title is justified. Now I'll tell you something about the poet John Keats. John Keats was an English poet born on 31st October 1795 and died on 23rd February 1821. He devoted his short life of 25 years to the perfection of a poetry, marked by vivid imagery. In this poem, the poet expresses his belief that every object of nature, even little creatures like the grasshopper and cricket, inspires a poet to create poetry. Now, a brief description of the poem. The poem On the Grasshopper and Cricket provides entertainment and joy to us through their respective songs. Their songs represents the poetry of earth and never ceases to exist even during extreme circumstances. It is a symbolic poem in which the grasshopper is a symbol of hot summer day and cricket is the symbol of very cold winter season. The poetry of earth never stops, irrespective of any seasons, and expresses its pleasure through different beings like the cricket and the grasshopper. The poem follows the rhyming scheme of ABBA, ABBA, CDE, CDE. Now let us start with the line by line explanation of the poem. The poetry of earth is never dead. The poem opens with the poet asserting that the poetry of earth, that is, the voice of nature or the sound of nature, is always alive. Every poet is attracted towards the beauty of nature, and so is the poet who finds nature beautiful in all seasons. The line poetry on earth is personified, which means that the earth will continue to be beautiful and poetic in its own way. When all the birds are faint with hot season, where faint means feeling weak and tired. In this line, the poet says, even when all the singing birds are tired in the hot summer day and take shelter under the shady branches of trees, the nature's song can song can still be heard. The earth is always singing. When the birds stop singing in hot summers, finding a cool place, we find the grasshoppers singing and flying from hedge to hedge. He sings tirelessly and, when tired, rests beneath some weed. The birds faint as they get tired of the scorching heat of the sun in the summer season. The line, and hide in cooling trees, a voice will run. In this line, the poet says that they take shelter under the shady branches of trees, but the nature song can still be heard. The poet has used personification in this line, where grasshopper's voice is powerful and can be heard from far away. Voice is treated like a person who is running. The line from hedge to hedge about the new mown mead. In this line, the word hedge means a fence formed by closely row of small bushes or shrubs growing together. New mown means recently cut or trimmed, and mead means the meadows. In this line, the poet says that a voice which runs from hedge to hedge and around the freshly cut grassland, that is the meadows, is the grasshopper's voice. The poetic devices used in this line is alliteration, that is more mead, where M sound is heard. The line, that is grasshopper, he takes the lead. In this line, the poet says that the grasshopper takes over the duty of carrying on with everlasting song as the birds are silent. So the voice that we hear is of the grasshopper, who takes the lead and takes over to continue the poetry of earth in this summer season also. The line, in summer luxury he has never done. In this line, the poet says, even during summers, as it is a luxury for him, the grasshopper is fun loving and cheerful in summer. He keeps the song of nature alive during this season. He sings and flies from hedge to hedge and takes rest under the pleasant weed only when he has worked hard and found it pleasurable. Taking over the duty of carrying on with the everlasting song of earth in summer and enjoying it to the fullest is referred to as the grasshopper's luxuries and delight. The line, with delight for when tired out with fun. In this line, the poet says that the grasshopper is fun loving and cheerful in summer. So, this provides comforts and pleasures to the music of nature. The poetry of nature is represented by the song of the grasshopper. The line, he rests at ease beneath some pleasant weed. Where at ease means comfortably, and weed means it is a wild plant without flower. The poet says, in this line, he takes rest under the pleasant weed. The grasshopper takes rest under the pleasant weed only when he has worked hard and found it pleasurable. So the grasshopper sings in the absence of the birds chirping, but he is also excited, so joyful that he never want to finish his song. The poet has used personification In this line, and he has used pronoun he to personify the grasshopper. He were the grasshopper, as if the grasshoppers gets tired and rest beneath the weed. The line, the poetry of earth is ceasing never. The poet repeats the main theme of the sonnet, that the voice of the earth never comes to an end. In the poem, the cricket represents the winter season when the birds are silent in a very cold weather. The earth never stops and expresses its pleasure through different, like the cricket. It sings beautiful songs. The chilly atmosphere forces the cricket to seek warmth indoor, but cannot stop him from continuing the song of earth. The poet also creates the atmosphere of winter by referring to the frost, which has put everything on the silent mode, and the people too feel the warmth of summer even in the bleak winter by mistaking the cricket's song for that of the grasshopper. So, children, in a nutshell, I have described the atmosphere of winter created by the poet. The line, on a lone winter evening when the frost. In this line, the poet says that in an isolated winter evening when the frost, the poet has used personification in this line, where frost is personified as a person who brings silence. Frost has put everything to a silent mode. The line has wrought a silence from stove their shrills. In this line, the poet says, when the frost has put everything and everyone on the silent mode. One can still hear the song of cricket coming from the stove when all the birds remain silent and hide as they do not feel comfortable in cold weather. The silence is broken by the cricket, by singing and merrymaking. The line, the cricket's song, in warmth increasing ever. In this line, the poet says that so the chilly atmosphere forces the cricket to seek warmth indoors, but he cannot stop his music. Rather, his music gets louder with the passage of time in warmth increasing ever. The poet has used metaphor in this line, which means cricket's song will remind of the warmth during the winter season when it is cold outside. The line, and seems to one in drowsiness half lost. So in this line, the poet says, to a man who is feeling sleepy in drowsiness half lost, it seems to be increasing in warmth every moment, and half asleep human beings feel it to be a grasshopper's song coming from grassy hills. The poet means that people like to feel the warmth of summer even in bleak winter by mistaking the cricket's song for the grasshoppers. The line, the grasshoppers among some grassy hills. In this line, the poet says that the cricket's sounds exactly like the grasshopper's voice among some grassy hills during the summer season. Here the poet has contrasted the lines of the cricket and the grasshopper. That is a symbolic poem in which the grasshopper and the cricket acts as a representatives, telling that the poetry of earth is everlasting. The grasshopper is a symbol of hot summer day, and the cricket is a symbol of cold winter season. The cricket keeps the music of the earth alive in the winter, and the grasshopper in the summer season keeps the music provider. He is the music provider during the hot summer months. When all the birds are tired, the grasshopper symbolizes the scent of freshly mown grass, whereas the cricket's sun is a symbolic to a kettle whistling on the stove. Now the theme of the poem. The theme of the poem is that the nature is always spontaneous, source of optimum and happiness. Nature never imparts pessimism and is never sad. Nature is always singing through the mediums like the grasshopper in summer and cricket in winter. Change in situations in weather does not bring hindrances in the ever continuous mirth of nature. Nature is never sad, it is always happy. Now, the moral of the poem. The poem teaches us that we should be joyful and pleasant, no matter whatever may be the situations in our life. With this attitude, we can easily overcome all the obstacles in life. Nature has perseverance as well as patience. It keeps its jovial nature alive even during the harsh weather, that is extreme summer or extreme winter, that is under extreme circumstances. It explores how the beauty of nature persists and never relinquishes it. It examines the progression of time through natural indicators, that is, the grasshopper frolicking in summer and the cricket chirping near the stoves in winter. So, dear children, with these words, I end my lesson. Hope this lesson will be beneficial for you in your studies. Do like, share, and subscribe my channel and watch the video till end. Thank you.